I just got out of seeing Insidious the Red Door, and it was about what I expected from the trailers. They didn't really boost me up to go see this movie. I wasn't very intrigued in the movie. I was excited to go see the family dynamic again because we haven't seen them for about 10 years. And that is probably the best bit of the movie for me, is Dalton and Joss's character as the son and the dad. They have a good dynamic. Uh, Across the board, good acting from everyone. The kid and Rose Byrne, I think her actor's name is, the wife, didn't need to be in the movie. They were barely there. They felt absent for the whole time. They easily could have put them in there with the amount of time they focused on the dad and the son character, which was good, and it was the bit that was making me want to stay through the whole movie. Now, the scares. This is Patrick Wilson's directorial debut, and I think he's a good director, and with a better script, I reckon he will go on to do better movies in the future. He really has a kind of different approach to the scares than James Wan, and he's definitely learned a few things, but he likes to take it out more slowly. Build up the scare more. It makes you wait until you're like. For me, it's a much more effective way of trying to scare the audience instead of just BAM, a boom in your face, which it does have a few of them and it doesn't really work. Just kind of a cheap way to make you jump. And it's going to make you jump, it's not scary, so it was half of that, and I feel like as it went on, it started to get worse, but throughout the movie there was a few dragged out scares that were really effective, in my opinion. And the story, it just didn't make. Okay, there was no point in this movie being made, right? They just wanted another Insidious movie for the money because they make a lot of money, and you can really feel that in about 75-80% of the movie. You're just relearning information that you were already familiar with, so it's kind of boring. The whole entire There's no end goal to be set in this movie. It's just kind of stuff you already know. You're learning it again, and it is, at least the actors are doing a very good job, which makes me want to watch the rest of the movie. There was also this side character, Chris, I think her name was. She was okay. She was kind of meant for like a comedic relief, and the movie does have a few moments that I giggled, but a lot of the time it was just kind of sighing, especially with this one character, Nick the Dick. It was not funny. It was like a frat house kind of thing to like put more life into the movie. Otherwise, it would just be, really dark. So that's what the approach was I think they were going for, and that kind of didn't work for me. Yeah, this movie just didn't need to be made. The red lipstick demon, oh my god, they didn't utilize him at all. I thought he was going to be the main one because he is the main demon of this movie. There are a few other demons that come out that try and scare you, like ghosts, not really demons, and there's no really main or new demon. Every single Insidious movie, even the last key, has a new demon, and it's what I really look forward to in a new one. And if they're gonna stick with the red face demon, right? He was my favorite. He's the best, and he was coming back. I was like, okay, you're not gonna do anything new. You're not gonna bring any new demons in. He's good. He's a good choice to go back to. They don't utilize him till like the very end of the movie, and he doesn't even have much scenes. You don't even see him fully. I don't think. You see the cinematography in this movie was great. There was good scenes of his back, his shoulder, like little seconds of that, but not really a full scene with him. You can't really indulge his character, the demon, much. So that was kind of disappointing, especially that he had like no scares in the movie as well. He was just kind of there to show up. He's like, yeah, remember me? I was much better in the first movie. This one, it's not it. Overall, I think if you really like the Insidious movies, you will have an okay time with this movie because of the family. If you really like the family of the first two movies, which I do, so it was enjoyable enough, but pointless, not needed. I feel like it could have been. There's not much they could have done. by the end of the film of the second one, Elise's character is looking around the room, and she looks at the roof, and she's like, "Oh my god!" And then the loud music plays. Insidious Chapter 2. You know, so for 10 years, we've been waiting. Like, I doubt anyone's been waiting for 10 years, but you know what? For the last 10 years, it's actually been on a cliffhanger. That's not explained in this movie. I thought it was going to be. It was a perfect time to explain it. Bit lazy. Script's not too good in this movie, but as I said, if you like the family, if you like the first two movies, you'll probably have a decent enough time with this movie. But it just I walked out wanting more. So on the juicy scale, I'm gonna have to give this slightly burnt, which is, if you want to know, the equivalent to a 5 out of 10. See y'all later.